Hello everyone, it's time for week 2 of Seek, Gather, Create. And as you know, I'm making journal cards for my trash journal. And I'm going to start with this image. I wanted an image of a head. And this one is a little smaller than I wanted, but actually for the size of my journal card, it will work because my journal card can't be too big. So I'm just cutting out this image that I'm going to use. It's an image from Brett Manning is the artist. And then my idea is to plant, because seed is, okay, this is part of my cutout, and then seeds are a prompt. So this is going to be my seed prompt here. And then the light bulb is also a cutout. And then I just need to add texture, and then I already have light green there on the seed packet. So that's cool too. So that kind of knocks that out. Although I may add light green around the edge or something like that too later. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just getting rid of the words here because I'm going to cover that up with something else. If I can write that small, I'm not sure yet. But I want to put something to the effect of let us help you plant ideas or something like that. I haven't figured out the wording yet, but it's going to be around that. Because my seeds are seeds of ideas. So, and then I wanted to keep at the bottom of the packet. Hold on, let me see, because I'm recording over. It's American seed packet. Okay, so it's American seed packet. And I wanted to keep that. That's why I didn't put the light bulb image over that. I'm going to put it behind it so that we can still read that part. So here I'm just trying to get that onto the seed packet. And as you see, it's going to be kind of difficult getting it in that little slit. So I have to find an alternative way, which I do, of course, which we all do once we come across these kind of issues. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I could just put glue on it and then slide it in there. So yeah, so I'm just going to cut it and open it up and then glue the light bulb down and then glue that part over the light bulb. And then now I'm deciding, do I want the packet of seeds to fall on her head? Like so, which was not my original idea. Um, and my original idea, I had this a little bit larger light bulb, or larger than the seeds would be. And then this was my original idea, was just to have the seed packet there, more of like an advertisement. So I don't know if I want to physically have the seeds fall on her head to plant the ideas or just do it like an advertisement. So that's what I'm thinking about now. And the advertisement, it would just be at the bottom. So while I'm thinking of that, I decided, well, let's make some seeds. I need some seeds. So I'm going to use this stencil that has a little light bulb stencil on it, and the colors yellow and gray. And just make a row of seeds just to start with. I can always make more later if I need it, but I'm just going to start with these. And I do plan on cutting each one out individually later. I know, a lot of work, but hopefully the effect will be nice. It'll be worth it. All right, so I used Sharpie paint pens to color the light bulbs, and now I'm using a Staedtler liner to outline it. And then for part of the texture prompt, I will be using this triple thick on my light bulb, um, just to make it shiny and to make it stand off the page a little bit, kind of like a 3D effect. And I'll let these dry when I go to work, as I go to work, and then when I get back from work, I'll cut them out. And so when we meet back, they'll all be cut out already. All right, see y'all in a little bit. All right, so here they are, all cut out and ready to go. And my next step is I'm going to cover up the background. Obviously, I don't want that sunshade to be showing behind her head. So I'm using a black gesso, and primarily because it has good coverage. If you use white, a lot of times you have to put a few coats on. So the black covers up pretty well, and I end up doing 2 coats of this. So now I'm going to work on putting her onto the card along with the light bulb. And I decided to cut away the little shine pieces that are coming off of it. I'll just add that in with a Sharpie marker later. And then I'm going to cut a little slit in her hair, just so I can make the light bulb look like it's actually coming out of her head. So I'll do that next, and then glue it down onto the journal card. So now I want to add the words under the word lettuce. And I'm going to try this marker. It's like a really thin red marker. And I write down, oh, hold on, let me zoom in a little bit to help out so you guys can see. Hold on a second. Not that you can see what I'm writing, but I'm putting down, so it's going to say, let us sow the seeds of ideas. And so that's what I'm writing on there, even though you really can't see it because of the quality, the pixelation. But what happens is after I write, it looks good now, but then the word seeds, the E's kind of run together. I don't know what happened, but it just doesn't look good. So I'm going to fix that later on. Right now, I just got that on there. It's good enough for now. And then I decide I'm going to fold the packet back a little bit to make it look like it's been torn open, so that the seeds can spill out of there. And here I just went over the seeds of ideas in black, just so that you can read it better. Now I've decided to add a little bit more texture, and I'm just going to use my glitter glue over her hair. Just make some lines in her hair, and then that'll dry clear. So on first glance, you won't see it, but you'll be able to feel it and see it, like maybe when the light glares down on it and stuff like that. So this is just more for the texture prompt. And I've also decided to add green to the background. I'm just testing it on the edges first. And it seems to be working pretty good. These are not the Sharpie markers. These are paint. They're a non-brand paint pen set that I got off Amazon. They're really inexpensive, and I like them. They're kind of like a more chalk uh, paint type. So that looks pretty good. It's not light green per se, but I don't have a light green. I just have regular green, so it's just going to have to do. Plus, I have light green on the seed packet, so I've already covered that prompt. But I just felt like that black background needed some interest. So I'm just doing like some plant vines on here just to add some interest. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of a subtle shading under the light bulbs, and then I just kind of do a little bit of shading and outlining on the seed packet just to so you can distinguish where it's folding over because it kind of blends into the packet. So I'm just kind of outlining it a little bit. And with that, I am done. I'm very happy with this one. Better, way better than last week's. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Tschüss.